I used to work as a night shift manager at a hotel. It wasn't the most exciting job, but I liked the quiet. The only time things got interesting was when guests got too drunk or some weird late-night requests came in. But one night, I got a call that I'll never forget. It was around 1:45 a.m. when the phone rang from room 209. I answered, expecting some routine complaint about towels or Wi-Fi, but there was silence. "Hello?" I said again. Then, a faint whisper. "Help me." The line went dead. A chill ran down my spine. I checked the system. Room 209 wasn't booked. No one should have been in there. I hesitated, but protocol said I had to check it out. So I grabbed my master key and headed down the dimly lit hallway. As I walked toward room 209, the air felt wrong. The lights flickered slightly, and the temperature dropped. I thought maybe the AC was acting up, but it felt different, like walking into a freezer full of old air. Then, I noticed something. The room next to 209, room 211, was occupied. The door was slightly open, and inside, an older man stood there, looking pale. Before I could say anything, he whispered, "You shouldn't go in there." I blinked. "Sir, did you hear anything from this room?" The man shook his head, eyes fixed on the door. "Nobody stays in 209. I ignored the lump in my throat and knocked on the door. No answer. I slid the key card in. The green light flashed. The lock clicked open. I pushed the door and stepped inside. I immediately knew something was wrong. The entire room was dark, except for a flickering table lamp in the corner. The air smelled stale, like old wood and damp carpet. The bed was perfectly made, untouched. Then I saw it. The bathroom door was open, and the shower was running. I could hear muffled sobbing coming from inside. My skin prickled. I took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Hello? This is hotel management. Is everything okay?" The sobbing stopped. Silence. I reached for the bathroom door and slowly pushed it open. Nothing. The shower was on, but the tub was empty. The walls were damp, but there was no steam, no heat. Like the water had been running for hours. I quickly turned off the faucet and stepped back, my heart hammering. That's when I saw the mirror. There was writing in the condensation, even though the air was ice cold. "Get out." And beneath that, a name. Rebecca. I stumbled back, nearly tripping over my own feet. That's when I heard it. The closet door creaked open. I spun around, my breath caught in my throat. The closet door had been closed when I walked in. Now, it was slightly ajar. I could see just enough inside to notice movement. A shadow shifting in the darkness. I should have run. I should have left the room and called security. But something made me step closer. I reached out and pulled the door open. Inside, hanging from the metal rod, was a rotting noose, and below it, a single wet footprint. I felt my stomach drop. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to run. Then I heard breathing, right next to my ear. A voice rasped in a low whisper. "He's still here." I don't remember running. I don't remember how I got back to the front desk, but when I did, I was shaking so badly I could barely stand. I immediately called security and told them everything. They checked room 209, but found nothing. The shower was dry. The mirror was clean. The closet was empty. But when we checked the security cameras, things got worse. The footage showed me entering the room at 1:50 a.m. and then nothing. The video cut out for exactly 4 minutes. At 1:54 a.m., it came back. The door was wide open, and I was standing in the hallway, staring into the dark room. But here's the thing. I don't remember standing there. I don't remember anything in those 4 minutes. The only other movement on the camera? At 1:53 a.m., just before the footage returned, a tall, thin shadow stepped out of room 209. It stood behind me, and then it whispered something into my ear before disappearing completely. The next day, I did some digging. Turns out, years ago, a woman named Rebecca Myers checked into room 209. She was escaping an abusive ex-boyfriend. One night, the hotel staff received a noise complaint, crying and loud knocks from inside the room. They found her hanging in the closet. Her boyfriend was nowhere to be found. The case was never solved, and since then, guests have reported knocks on the door at exactly 2:33 a.m. Some say they hear crying from the bathroom. Others say if you look in the mirror long enough, you'll see her. But the worst part, a few nights later, I was closing up the lobby when I heard something from down the hall, from the empty, sealed-off room 209. Knock, knock, knock. And then a whisper. Help me.